Here she is, 2002 Formula 37 PC. In reality, it's 38.5 feet length overall, just under 12-foot beam. Right now she's berthed at the Albany Yacht Club on the Hudson River, just across the river from Albany, New York. And we'll take you inside in just a bit. Alright, we're in the cockpit now. Plenty of seating. Nice U-shaped berth. 2 removable tables. They also drop down and with a cushion end up making another bed. Captain's chair. Seat lifts up so you can have a rest when if you're piloting standing up. Instruments. You have a chart plotter, North Star, full gauges. This is an electronic ZF transmission. You only have 2 knobs to deal with, port and starboard. We'll show you in another video starting procedure. It's very simple. Have a bow thruster, remote control for the radio and CD. Below we have autopilot, your normal instrumentation. We also have automatic trim tabs added on in addition to the manual setting for the planes. You can also set them when you're on plane for a 0 position, and then it'll automatically maintain that based on your speed. Now going down into the cabin. Some nice steps here with handrails. You have a full working galley, television, cherry cabinets, microwave, 2 position range, sink, fridge, storage underneath the sink and drawers. Here's the forward master berth. It's essentially queen size. It's got obviously a different shape to it, but it comes with fitted sheets made by 4 Thunderbird. Again, 2 drawers underneath, 2 nicely equipped storage closets. This one has the CD player inside with plenty of shelves. Of course, I've got some fishing gear here. The other side is set up more for clothing. Lighted. Plenty of room. Going back the other way to the aft cabin area. Oh, we have a nice settee. Again, table drops down with cushions, and it makes a nice single berth, but very comfortable. It's a leatherette material. Aft cabin has its own curtain which draws across to close it off. Nice berth. Leatherette. This pulls out, fills in this area, so it's actually pretty full-size bed back here. Has its own television with a VHS player. Can also simply add a CD player if desired. The TV that's in the galley sits on top of also a CD player. Last but not least, the head. Very well equipped, the vacuum flush. Nice sink with storage, medicine cabinet. Has its own built-in shower and a folding acrylic screen which accordions out to give you a nice little storage shower area. You can see it. All works very well, given that it's a fairly confined space. Starting procedure on the Formula 37 PC with electronic transmission is very simple. Just want to show you the instrument panel now, backlit. There's a chart plotter. You can hardly see with the light but it's actually now showing where we're located on the Hudson River. Autopilot, just to let you know how that things work. Double keys at the bottom. The simple procedure is you get that, turn that key on. You'll get some beeping noises over on the transmission. Press that button, you'll get those red lights which says you can start. You start the port engine first. And then we'll start the starboard engine. Got good volts. Good oil pressure. We also have a electronic rudder position gauge. As you can see, it works. Turning to starboard, you can see the needle go starboard. Turn to port, and the needle goes to port. Very helpful when you're docking. This is our bow thruster. Starboard to port, again very handy in docking procedures. There's the radio CD controller. Halon system, the lights on. Okay, I've got the blower running. You'll also notice this boat has an abundance of cup holders. There's 2 here. 1, 2 more on the port side. For guests in back, 2 here, 2 there, 3 over in the corner. So plenty of room. Oh, and 3 more over here, which I use for flashlight and other various things that come in handy. There is an ice maker fridge below. You can see the ice in there. And also little waste area, waste basket, fire extinguisher, circuit breakers, battery on-off switch. Everything is very well laid out. This whole back area, this back seat, lifts forward so that you can get to the engines. You can also get through the engine room and generator through the floor. There's a hatch right here. On another day when it's a little bit lighter out, I'll open everything up so you can see the engine room. But this whole unit lifts forward. As you can see, right from below where it says Castleton, the entire unit lifts up, so you have really good access to the engines for checking oil, antifreeze, belts, hydraulics. There's also a swim platform shower, hot and cold water. And I left out the VHF radio, standard brand. Tuned to channel 16 at this point. And below the helm is a nice storage compartment for some tools. I have a little canvas snap helper there when you're by yourself and you need to get some snaps done. It works nicely. That's this little gizmo here. I get it in the picture. There we go. It fits around the snaps. That all comes with the boat. Now the engines are pretty much up to operating temperature, which is it runs around 160, depending on the water temperature in the river. But all the gauges are functioning normally. As you can see, I'm a little low on gas in the starboard tank. Other than that, everything is ship shape. You can see the hours, 169.8 on the port engine, 169.6 on the starboard engine. And the speedometer there, pretty typical on a boat. I go more by the RPMs. This boat cruises really beautifully at around 3,000 RPMs. Over the years I've determined that that's the most efficient speed, and it was confirmed by some studies done by Formula and a couple of boat magazines. Pretty much else is pretty self-explanatory. Got a depth gauge. I'm still trying to figure if you can see the chart. There we go. There's the chart plotter showing our location. Dunn Memorial Bridge, Port of Albany. This has a zoom feature. Pretty typical, and I have 2 cartridges for this, which covers basically all of the eastern United States up to the Mississippi River. And again, the automatic pilot, which admittedly doesn't have much use on a river, but it's functioning. I sort of know how to use it, but haven't had any need to use it, so it pretty much stays off. On the bow area, in addition to the hatches for the cabin, for ventilation, there are 2 nice cushions for laying down. Also have, each one has its own cup holder. Comes in handy on a sunny day when we're out on the hook. It's a nice cushion if you're fishing. Have an inside courtesy light, flooring light. Kind of looks kind of nice at night, kind of like a theater. The stereo radio, there's speakers in the cockpit as well as down below in the cabin. One nice feature, both engines are running, you can barely hear them. Formula has a below the waterline exhaust. This is inboards with 22-inch Nibral bronze props, and the exhaust comes through the center area of the hull. There's just enough exhaust coming out the side so that, one, you know that you've got water coming, and you can see it here. And here, it's also the outlet for the AC water, which is running in the boat right now, and if the generator were on, it would also be flowing. The outflow would be coming off the side of the boat. There's your electronic hookups, shore power, and cable TV and phone if so desired. Your waste removal port right there. Starboard fuel tank. It says gas on it. That's the fresh water fill. You can see the hatch for the forward berth. The nice sun cushions. And 2 hatches on top that helps highlight and ventilate the cabin area. There's also a flat cushion that works in back with those tables. If lowered, makes a nice sun pad or sleeping berth. On the port side, you have also, again, your gas fill for the port engine. Very nice boat. It's a very comfortable boat. When my daughters were younger, with 4 of us, would take trips every summer down to New York City. Use this as a hotel, stay across the river from New York. All the creature comforts of home. Okay, the TV is on, just to let you know that it works, flat screen. It is on a swivel thing, so if you want, you can swivel it, face it a little bit more towards the forward berth. The CD works. And the TV in the aft cabin also works. It's got a built-in VHS. Actually, it was the TV that came with the boat. I've since added the other one. With 2 young girls going on trips, naturally they want to watch movies or play Nintendo, things like that, Mom and Dad simply are not interested in doing, so hence 2 separate TVs. Best move I ever made. One more look at the cabin. Again, very comfy. There's also a forward curtain that separates the forward berth. It's in this little pocket. It slides right across to afford some privacy, as does the rear. As you can see, has snaps so that you can actually really enclose the area if you want. Air conditioner is working right now. I've got it. A couple odds and ends here. I wanted to show you that this boat is just loaded with storage. In the stern seat, we've got storage, life jackets, lines, brushes. Of course, you know about this, where the switch is. This is where I keep some of my fishing tackle. Of course, in here I showed you earlier, it's an additional waste basket, the electric, the main battery switch, some breakers down below, and I forgot to show you this. We've got our wet sink here. See that it runs. Another area of storage right here. All right, I have some more light. All right, now we're going to demonstrate starting the generator. There's also a start switch on the generator itself in the engine compartment, engine room. But it's very simple. We've had the blower on now. We're going to hit start. I don't know if you can hear it from here, but it's running. We're going to slide our breaker cover over and flip on our generator switches, transfer case, and notice now we're getting our full volts in both main 1 and main 2. Everything comes back on. AC is working. TV is working. Basically, we're running on internal power. Alright, we're going to go through the starting procedure one more time. I've had the blower on. We have our port and starboard keys. You turn the port engine on, you'll hear the transmission beeping. You press this black button till the beeping stops. Turn your key to start it. Okay. Starboard engine. Okay. Alright. We're going back. So you can see the engines. Here the engine's running with the lazarette open. You hear them, I'm sure. They're quite quiet once everything's closed up. They're very smooth engines. Engines have been serviced. Everything is ready to go. Show you from a distance how it looks with the engine hatch all the way up. Now I'm gonna demonstrate how we open up access to the engine room with this switch here. It's this engine hatch. And if you watch it, you can see that it's slowly coming up. There's a hydraulic ram underneath that lifts it up. Okay, that's the full up position. Go around and show you just how easy the access is now to the engine compartment. There they are. 8.1 S high output, twin motors. There's that ram. Okay, you've got access to oil, checking your oil filters. It's pretty easy to get to. The hot water tank is tucked around back there, and the hydraulics for the trim wings and back are winning and back. Again, they don't need much servicing, but they are accessible. And then you have your battery charger over there, And these two white boxes, those are the electronics for the ZF transmission that we spoke about earlier. Alright, engine room hatch is open. You can hear the generator running. There she is. There's the other start switches. Battery for the generator. Here's all your internal switches, circuit breakers. Alright, next thing I'm going to show you is going to demonstrate how this entire lazarette lifts up, so you have gained really good access to the engines. Now we're outside the boat. Noticing the outflow on the generator.